Okay. Hopefully things are better now. Okay. It was very weird, but we're good now. For those of you who are coming in, I think our last stream kind of crashed. So um, we had to improvise, but we're okay, I think. So we're going to wait for a few folks to come in before we begin our commentary. But I just wanted to thank all of you for being here. I love doing live streams. Haven't done one in about 2 weeks now, so I'm kind of violating my own schedule. We're back, guys. We are back. We are back. So hopefully we'll have a good show. I'm going to stop around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But hopefully we'll have a good show. Hello, Thomas. How are you doing, sir? How's life going? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. How are you guys doing today? Also, we just life going? Got monetized, I think. We just got monetized. So, hello, Jenny. How you doing? How you doing, Jenny? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, guys, we just got monetized. So, that little dollar button at the very bottom of your screen on the left-hand side, if you ever, you know, like something I say, or you want to just support, or you want me to read your comment on the stream, although I guess I'll read all of your comments on the stream, given how tight knit we are as a community, then just, feel free to click that button and give whatever your heart, give whatever is on your heart, right? Right. Um, yes, Jenny, everything is good. Everything's great. It's a fine Wednesday. Wednesdays are somewhat of my easier days because on Wednesday I don't have to do that much. I have two classes. Then I basically can just go back and read and do my commentary stuff and do that kind of thing. Wednesday I don't have to do very much, so I'm always okay on Wednesdays. I'm always okay on Wednesdays. Um, you know, I just the vast amount of books on my shelf is ridiculous. Uh, it's gonna take me years to get through all of these. I think it's gonna take 3 years. Elizabeth, how are you doing? How are you doing, Elizabeth? This is one that I'm gonna work on this week. This right here. Um, I read parts of it. I have never fully finished it, and I think that if you want to understand a lot of if you want to understand the foundations for the stuff that is occurring in American universities, whether it's the canceling culture, whether it's the critical race theory born ideologies, the critical race theory born methods, whether it's the sort of obsequiousness towards identity. If you want to understand what is going on, Buckley talked about it back in the 50s. He talked about not exactly that kind of stuff because it was very different back then. Critical race theory had not yet been invented, but there were similarly oriented ideologies, sort of proto-ideologies that germinated into using the university as a cultural force for their own aims. And Buckley absolutely identifies that, and he addresses that in this book. So he wrote this when he was a young man, like about 20, 22, 23, I don't know. But I just have so many books on my shelf, on my desk. I don't think I'll ever get through them. Oh, my lord. I don't think I'll ever get through them. I'll try. I have to schedule things, and for me, scheduling things can be somewhat difficult. You know. But, yes, I hope you guys are doing all right. Thomas, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, man. Have you read Mutual Aid? What do you think of evolutionary psychology? I have not read Mutual Aid. Evolutionary psychology is very interesting. I'm not quite sure I understand it, Thomas. I'm not quite sure I understand it as best as I would like to. Is that basically, help me out here. Is that basically when a psychologist uses various tropes and themes throughout the psychological development of humanity, throughout the evolutionary process, to study current human behavior? Is that basically what that is? I don't know as much about it as I would like. Who is? Let me look at this Mutual Aid. I don't know much about it as I would like to know. Mutual Aid. Oop. Mutual Aid. Yeah, no, not the theory. Mutual Aid book. Mutual Aid book. Okay. Peter. Hold on. Oh, Kropotkin. Oh, Kropotkin. Oh my. No, I've not gotten to this one quite yet. But I am familiar with Kropotkin. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, Godsod. Oh, okay, not Kropotkin. Okay, Godsod. Oh, okay. I'm like, Kropotkin. I should know this. Godsod. Mutual Aid. The Parasitic Mind. Who wrote Mutual Aid, Thomas? BLM supporters gotta feel so unwoke. Why do you say that? Why do you say that, Matt? Is it because of the Dante situation? Let the Benjamins talk. Benjamin Boyce, Jenny? Do you mean Benjamin Boyce? Okay, I'm gonna. I see Godsod did something with Reason, the Reason Foundation. I'm a fan of them sometimes. Yeah, let me. I'm gonna bookmark some of this, Thomas. I'm gonna bookmark some of this. Okay, this is interesting stuff. Evolutionary roots of human decision making. Okay, I'm gonna bookmark some of this. I don't know what my opinion is. I do think that. Right. I bookmarked some of it. Yeah. Boyce and I are talking at the end of the month, Jenny. Boyce and I are talking at the end of the month. It's gonna be awesome. Machiavelli. So it depends. How does I think one's thoughts of Machiavelli have to stem from how one reads Machiavelli? Do you read Machiavelli as a satirist who was making biting commentary about authority and how people obtain authority through sleight of hand ways? Or do you read Machiavelli, at least particularly the Prince, because he's written other stuff too that I'm not, like the Discourse on Levy, particularly the Prince? Or do you understand Machiavelli as someone who was quite literally giving someone the proper blueprint by which to organize a rulership? If you understand Machiavelli better, then I think a lot of his prescriptions, even if they may be practical to maintain and gain authority, are fundamentally immoral. Now, does it make Machiavelli a fundamentally immoral man for recognizing those principles? Maybe, maybe not. But I know what he talks about is fundamentally immoral. But some of the stuff he talks about is actually pretty smart. So, for example, and I think that some of the stuff he talks about can be used in benevolent leadership, right? So, for example, Machiavelli mentions a lot about, okay, so in the sketches image, Machiavelli mentions that that the ruler has to descend from the mountaintop to come down to the field so he can understand his people more. When you are up in the mountaintops, you have a different vantage point by which you view reality than if someone who's in the field to maybe only able to see the mountain from a very distant point of view. In the distance, there is pretty significant because there's a conceptual difference in the distance. So that's a very important observation that he made in The Prince. But he also said abhorrent things like, if a people remember their ancient liberty, you have to kill them. You cannot conquer them. You have to kill them. So a lot of Machiavelli's propositions are fundamentally untenable in a free society, obviously. So I have mixed feelings. I'm generally not a fan, though. But hey, I mean, perhaps Machiavelli, perhaps there are things we can learn from these people. Native liberty. Yeah, I don't know these people. I'll look into native liberty though. I think it's interesting. Yeah, I'll look into native liberty. Let me bookmark that too. I got a lot of stuff to do. Native liberty. Let me bookmark that too. Okay. All right. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. And here's my thing. I think that the internet sorely lacks a Native American voice for liberty. Sorely. The narrative that Americans represented as Native Americans are twofold. Number one, they are people who suffered from centuries of systemic dislocation and oppression. And B, they are people whose lands are still being disrespected by the current hegemony that exists in America. Those are the two domineering assumptions that many people make about Native Americans. Now, there is truth to the first assumption. Yes, Native Americans absolutely were hurt by the Cherokee. Native Americans absolutely were hurt by Hernando de Soto's campaign across the South. Yes, absolutely. And we should not discount those things. But my friends, history is not destiny. What happened to people who looked like you or were in the same genre as you years ago, centuries ago, does not have to be your current condition right now. It doesn't. There are Native American individuals, people who are full-blooded Native American. I think the son of Sitting Bull, I think is his name. The son of Sitting Bull. Yeah, exactly. Sitting Bull has a son, and he does a lot of speeches. I think he's very, very intelligent. Hold on, let me find a nephew. I think he has some relative. He has some relative. Anyway, I'll find it later. Anyway, but you know, oh, there's a verb. Okay, let me fix that. I think I know what the problem is. Okay, is this better? Is this better? It should be better. This should be better, Thomas. I hope this is better. This should be much better, Thomas. There's this man. I can't recall who he is. But there's this man. There's this guy, and he makes. Okay, yeah. Sitting Bull's great grandson, Ernie Lapointe. Ernie Lapointe. This guy is like a full blood Native American, and you know, he had significant connections with obviously being so proximal to the lives and existences of many full-blood Native Americans who actually experienced. Oh, there's an echo. Okay, hold on. Okay. Well, hopefully the echo. Hopefully it's better. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I mean the stream earlier was kind of crashing. But if there's just an echo, we should be okay. I think. That's a good point, actually. How does it sound? Should be better, I think. Hold on. Okay. Should be good now. It should be good now. No, I do not. Is this good now? It should be good now. Oh dear. Okay. It's not good. Hold on. Okay, it's not good. Okay. Alrighty, hold on. Excuse me for this, guys. This is Hold up. Hold up. All right. Is this better? This should be much better. I just went in and I just did a few things. Is this better? Oh, it's good? It's good. We're good. Yes, yes. Thank God. Great, great. I'm happy now. Good, good, good. Uh, I hate technical issues. Dear Lord. Uh, whew. Thank God. Thank God. I want to dance now, actually, kind of. But I'm not going to embarrass myself though. um. Okay, so we're good. Okay, good, 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 good. Look, Streamlabs is very peculiar. Streamlabs is a streaming platform. It's very peculiar sometimes. What was I saying? Okay, yes. Ernie something. Ernie Zephyr. I've lost my train of thought now. Ernie. Damn it. What's his name? Ernie Lapointe. Yes. Ernie Lapointe. Ernie Lapointe. Yes. There is a delay. Yes. There is a delay. Yes, there is a. Now that has been going on for a long while. There is a delay. I'm sorry. That's just something that we're dealing with. There is a delay. Unfortunately, there is a delay. There is a delay. Yep. Yep. We'll fix it eventually, though. But hey, I'd rather you guys be able to hear me than and there be a delay than not be able to hear me and there not be a delay. So it'll be all right. Stick around and we'll be okay. Okay. We'll be okay. So Ernie Lapointe is this. He's the great grandson of Sitting Bull. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with Sitting Bull was he was a Native American leader who led a lot of his people against the United States government in wars and combat, because he felt as if his land was being encroached upon. And Lapointe says in his speech that there was a point in time where he hated white people because he had heard so many things about white people and that they were the oppressors and that they were the part of the hegemony. But Ernie Lapointe, someone who is a full-blooded Native American, he was able to craft out his own destiny. He has kids now. He's in his 70s. He has a wife. He lives in America. Look, here's what I'm saying. You don't have to be bound to what happened in the past. If you recognize and affirm just how much agency that you, as by virtue of your human being, have, you don't have to be bound to what happened before. Now, is this to say that there may not be any conditions that might permeate what happened before? For example, some may say, okay, black people were oppressed for so many years, then about 60 years ago they were freed. Now they're expected to just do good stuff, to just succeed. Well, first, this presumption rests upon the idea that there was no African American entrepreneurship under some of the most egregious conditions in this country. Even though, yes, slavery was evil and all that kind of stuff, and sharecropping was bad, there were still African American entrepreneurs, albeit many less of them. And they owned land. They owned a lot of stuff. There was Greenswood, Tulsa, which was called Black Wall Street. They existed. It's not as if because of Jim Crow and segregation, black folks had no ability to progress. In spite of those things, many black folks did progress. In fact, in spite of those things, many brilliant black folks such as Julian Bond and Annie Malone, they rose and they became stewards in their field. My friends, even in the midst of oppression, even in the midst of your anguish, I genuinely believe if you have agency, you can do good things. It may be hard. It may be damn near impossible. It may be frustrating. But I think it's possible. I think it's possible. My personal opinion. So anyway, this Native Liberty guy, I'm happy that we have more people from the Native American condition existing in the liberty space. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. We need more of that. So yes, Benjamin Boyce had a conversation with this lad. I'm looking at his channel right now. Yeah, we need more of this. We need more of this. We need more of this. I hope the lad does good. Yeah, I'll reach out to him. Thank you for making me aware of this individual. I did not know who this individual was. So thank you. Thank you so much for turning me on to this lad. Yeah, no. There was a virulent strain of xenophobia in early American society, whether it was with the Asian Exclusion Acts, whether it was with any other. Well, in the 20s when all of the Irish came here and they were called epithets and all kind of other, and bad things happened to them. No, there were a strain, but we have to understand this, guys. This strain of xenophobia existed in spite of the visions of the American experiment. The problem that many people do today with these historical truths is they extrapolate them to mean the condition, to mean the position of America. Why do you think that so many people say that American hegemony is white supremacy? Why do you think they say that? They're trying to make a statement about the condition of the country's ideas. But society in the country, both of those things are not these large granular masses that I can look at with a single opinion and I can fully understand. Society is this, people. Society is me and you having a conversation. Society is me and you deciding to go out and get breakfast in the morning. Society is me and you deciding to go to Palm Beach, Florida for vacations. Society is so much more powerful, so much more resolute, and so much more accessible than the proposition that many of us are getting from some folks who have particular political persuasions. America was never a racist country. America was never a xenophobic country. America was never a hateful country. America was never a country that condones slavery. And I'm saying that because I am operating from a different definition, the proper definition, I dare say, of what America truly is. America is not a collective mass. It is not a hive mind. It is a collection of individuals, as all nations are. We need to stop saying that America has a racial reckoning. No, some people in America have racial reckonings. Well, Christian, you're splitting hairs. No, I'm not. These macro claims are being used to promulgate certain ideas. These ideas that believe there are mass systems that cooperate in the constant assailing of people because of whatever characteristic they may share. Right, Matt, the government. And that's another thing. So not only do we conflate this idea of America with this sort of collective hive mind, we conflate, perhaps, the government with the dispositions of Americans. We conflate the government with the dispositions of Americans. Yeah, people, the government throughout American history has only ever been a few hundred people that have the imprimatur of being able to govern millions upon millions of people. What the government does is not necessarily reflective of the whole of America, and furthermore, what the government does is certainly not necessarily reflective, although it should be, of the principles the American experiment was founded upon. What the government does, as public choice economists will tell you, what the government does is reflective, typically, of the actors that exist within the structure of the government. That's what it is. But we have this perverse notion that we can conflate the government with America, that we can conflate the actions with you with America, that we can conflate these things, that which happens in the material to the spiritual idea of America. Because America, my friends, just like politics, America is a spiritual concept because America is predicated on assumptions that cannot necessarily be seen with your eyes, but can be ascertained through reason. There's a spiritual dimension to that. This doesn't mean like there's spirits and angels around there. That's not what that means. It simply means it's not immediately obvious to us, and it may even exist in a sort of conceptual space that we're not automatically attuned to. I think we're automatically attuned to the physical world, even if we don't understand it. We're attuned to it. Our eyesight can apprehend it. We can take that eyesight and things we apprehend, we can process them through the filters of concepts that we understand right now. But some of these concepts, even though Jefferson said that we hold these things to be self-evident, even though he said that, he had to reevaluate and evaluate certain things that may not have been, and certainly were not back then, immediately evident to him or anyone else. Sometimes, my friends, I think knowledge is revealed. I think that knowledge is revealed rather than created. I do. I believe that. I think knowledge is revealed to us. So, anyway. Again, thank you for the super, Thomas. You are being very generous, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, buddy. You're being very generous. I love you, man. Thank you. You helped me out big time, man. Thank you so much, buddy. I know you know who James Lindsay is. Yes, James is a wonderful guy. He points out that equality is not the only story of America. It is just one child. No, right. That's precise. Well, I would want to know the full context of that statement, because I think that equality, as it relates to human beings, is an impossible. So, as it relates to the skills and the minds of the human beings, is an impossible task. As it relates to our inherent human value, I think equality is already established. Even if we didn't want to, recognize it, I think that all human beings, by their humanity, have an equal amount of freedom. All human beings, by their humanity, are equally valuable until they do something to revoke that value. That's, I believe, an ontological equality, as he would call it. Ontological is simply just meaning that has to do with being. But do I believe that we're all going to be equal in how we do things, how we think, how we work, how we act, or that we should? No to A and no to B. Right? No, I don't. That's not my opinion. Right? I don't think so. But, the problem was that that certain actors in the American political system held certain human beings at a very low level in their humanity. Now look, it's very important to recognize something, though, my friends. It's very important to recognize something. Those political actors, again, are always conflated with the general sense of the American populace, when, in fact, there was a massive part of the American populace that was constantly pushing back against that kind of concept. And you know what they're called? They were called the abolitionists. That was a sector, a pretty sizable sector of American society. But we're subject to this nonsense that it was a majority of America that went along with slavery. When in all reality, it was always a contentious issue. even for the founders, it was always a contentious issue. We tend to look at outcomes and not processes. We tend to look at outcomes and not processes. One of my philosophy professors told me that, Christian, the question in philosophy is almost more important than the answer. The question in philosophy, the question is almost as important, if not more important, than the answer. Do you hear that? Do you get that? That's not saying the answer doesn't mean anything. That's simply saying if you understand the foundation of the answer. Are you guys listening to me right now? If you understand the foundation of the answer, you will be better able to interact with that answer and all of its implications. The question, my friends, is almost more important than the outcomes, because they are a correlational unity. A correlational union, I'd probably say. They are sort of dualism. They need each other to exist. So, anyway, that's just my biggest gripe with how we approach very intense issues in American society these days. It's my biggest gripe. It's my biggest gripe in the world. It's terrible. I genuinely hope that we can push for a more nuanced understanding of things. Anyway, guys, you guys know I did an interview with Allison Morrow? You guys know who that is? I did an interview with Allison Morrow. I did an interview with Allison Morrow. And I think that it was probably one of my better interviews that I've done. Have you guys seen it? I genuinely think I think that interview is probably the best I've done recently. I was tired, but the words kept flowing. The words kept going. And I appreciate when I'm able to do that. I feel empowered. Because sometimes when an interview happens, I'm just like, oh God. The words aren't coming. The words are just, they're just stuck like mud. They're stuck in quicksand, mental quicksand. I can't get there. But no, it was a good interview. Allison's a very nice person. People like Allison give me hope for the future of media. I didn't say this to her, but she kind of reminds me of Megyn Kelly in a good way, not in a bad way, because Megyn Kelly has made some missteps and some errors, and she's now trying to get back in the graces of conservative media, which is, I understand. I mean, I think that's where she belongs in the first place. But in terms of how clear her answers were, how articulate her answers were, how polished her answers were, Allison really is a pretty good journalist. I'm very impressed. And that's, again, we need more of that. We need more of that. We need a lot more of that, in my opinion. Um, I would link you guys the interview, but for some reason my software has me logged out of the chat. Yeah. And so I'm not gonna mess with it right now. um, but yeah, I mean, it was a wonderful interview. So we got a few things going on this. First of all, if you're in this chat, I want you to do a few things. Number one, please like push the like button. My friend Dr. Carlin Borshenko, she says smash like button. I'm not, or no. Actually, she says mouth like button. I'm not gonna. I'm not into all that. You know, I'm a 20-year-old guy. I hear the word smash and mount used in contexts that I will not mention. And it's just a little bit off-putting for me. So, just push the like button if you could. Um, share this, stream around if you could too. I don't mind that at all. Streaming is not my main thing, but it is a thing that I'm going to keep doing in the future. The Asian concept of MU is important here. The third answer to a question, meaning unasked the question or dichotomy, is invalid. That's interesting. I have to look into that. MU. I don't know. Asian concept of MU. I don't know about MU. What MU? Okay. Okay. Oh, it's a Buddhist practice. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me put that on my toolbar. Done. All right. I got it in my toolbar. I'll look at it on my bookmark. I'll look at it in a moment. I'll look at it later. No, don't violate the like button. Don't do that, please. No, I don't need a lawsuit, guys. No violations. No. That sounds so wrong. No smashing. No, guys, you guys are wild people. I swear. No violations. Nothing like that, please. Don't. No, we don't believe in that stuff. We don't believe in that stuff. See, I like how Gala does it. Validate the like button. Yes. I like how you do it, Gala. Validate the like. Yes. Validate it. Yes. 100%. You get my endorsement. You know, I just dropped my AirPods, but yeah, you get my endorsement. Violate the like button. So we got a few things coming up this month, guys. We've got an interview with Gloria Alvarez. Gloria Alvarez is a very popular libertarian voice from South America. I'm very excited to speak with her. I think that she is. I think that she is one of the. I think that she is one of the starlights of Latin America, because so many countries in Latin America are just dipped in Marxist structures and systems. Systems of both thought and of political association. So I think that people like her are very important to the cause down there. So we'll talk with her. Benjamin Boyce. Benjamin Boyce is coming up at the end of the month. Now, I like Benjamin Boyce. I am a fan of Benjamin Boyce. I think that Benjamin Boyce, again, that kind of activism is more of what I think we need to spread the message of what it looks like to push back against certain insular ideas, sort of massive wave of insularity that is just pushing through the mind of so many college students. So I encourage you guys, if you don't know who he is, I bet you do know who he is. Benjamin Boyce, check out his Evergreen documentary. Benjamin Boyce is wonderful. Those are the two major things coming up this month. Alvarez and Benjamin Boyce. So I am very excited for those two occurrences. I think... Oh, also, I do have a podcast, guys, called Pensive Politics. Now, the problem is the podcast tends to lag behind my YouTube channel because I put a lot more effort into my YouTube channel. But I'm going to do my best to make sure my podcast episodes and my my YouTube channel, I'm going to make sure there's a balance between the two. Because I want my podcast to do good as well. So my podcast is Pensive Politics. The YouTube channel is very different, though. It's different. Videos are shorter. They're videos, not podcasts. So please check those out as well. Now, I have been propositioned by someone to engage in a debate with a guy called Poganism. That's right, Poganism. Poganism. Now, Poganism, or Pogan is his internet screen name, is a Marxist who has been making videos attacking people like Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro and Brett Weinstein for being anti-Marxist. And so in that sense, I have been I take umbrage at a lot of what he says. I take great offense. So I had someone reach out to me on one of my social medias and say, Christian, you should debate Poganism on Marxism or capitalism, and I think you do okay. And I have had a lot of people say, Christian, why don't you do more debates? Because many of you are familiar with my background. I am a former collegiate debater. Debating is one of my favorite pastimes. I enjoy it. I do it all the time. But the question has been asked to me, why don't I do more debates? Well, a few reasons. Number one, if I'm going to debate someone, I want to make sure they have a good grasp on the concepts they're advancing through language. Because language, my friend, is nothing more than a medium by which we advance concepts, whether in a competitive sense in debate or in a passive or less competitive sense in real life. When you say a curse word, you're advancing a concept towards someone. That a single curse word or can advance a world of concepts towards someone. If I say F you, the context in which I'm saying that, along with the fact that I'm saying that phrase, so two things, the phrase and the context, can convey a world of meaning, a disposition, a mindset about you to you that another person has. Those two words. It doesn't take a lot for the human mind to wander. We wander all the time in our thoughts, I think. It's a general truism. So I want to make sure that if you're going to be advancing concepts through language, you know what you're talking about. If all you can do is recite basic talking points or hide behind someone else's thoughts, I'm not interacting with you. I'm interacting with a version of you that is afraid to let me see, or is unwilling to let me see the real you. Emerson says, I don't know you by the institution you belong to. I don't know you by the club you belong to. I don't know you by your family history. I know you. A man is shown, he says, by his work. So do your work and I shall know who you are. Most debaters these days are not doing their work. I don't know who they are. Pogan loves to quote Marx, but Marx is dead. Marx's ideas are Marx's ideas. You can subscribe to them, sure, but if all you can do is quote Marx, I don't know you. You are doing what Emerson warned against. You are wearing someone else's garb. Now, I quote people all the time, but I quote them and I make their statements original to my presuppositions, original to my beliefs. I quoted Heidegger the other day in a video about Dante White, about how we're seeing this sort of, Heidegger says we see this sort of ubiquity of self by having technology come into every part of the earth. I say that this sort of diffusion, this sort of seeing yourself in every single situation, is also affected not just by technology, but by emotions. Emotional reasoning can cause us to see ourselves in every single part of the world, even if that part of the world has nothing to do with us inherently. But when you hide behind a thinker, you're trying to avoid judgment on your own thoughts. I had this guy the other day in my literature class who was quoting a man named Seraphim Rose. Seraphim Rose is he was an Orthodox philosopher. And this Orthodox philosopher said that he was using Seraphim Rose to critique the English Romantic poets, Woodward, Coleridge, etc., etc. And I said to him, well, look, I have never read Seraphim Rose, but I do know the arguments you just laid out to me. are nonsense. And he said to me, well, Christian, I'm not saying my ideas. I'm agreeing with someone else's ideas. Oh, that's a cop-out. That's a cop-out, man. You made a statement about these poets using someone else's ideas to back you up. You can't just say, okay, let's redirect your text to them. No, because it's much more complex than that. It's fine to quote people. I quote Emerson all the damn time. Excuse my language. It's fine to do that. It is not okay, however, to hide behind people to avoid taking responsibility for your conclusions. You have to have epistemic humility. You have to have humility when you're in this game of knowledge. When you recognize you don't know everything. That's the first step. Then recognizing that other people don't know everything. Second step. You have to keep going through this process. Or you should, at least, in my opinion. So, that's one thing. So I want to make sure that you know what you're talking about, A, and B, that you're not hiding behind someone else's stuff. Pogan is hiding behind someone else's stuff. So I don't do debates for those two reasons. And number three, as Matt said, debates are nothing more than mudslinging contests. Who can get the one up on the other person? That's mostly what they are. Now, if an academic or someone who is serious about debate wanted to debate me, sure, 100%, let's go. But if Vosh, I'm not sure if you guys know who Vosh is, if Vosh comes up to me or someone says, hey, Christian, you want to debate Vosh? No, thank you. No, sir. I'm okay. I'm doing just fine. What's the benefit? An ego, a victory lap for an ego boost for him, or even not a victory lap, a sort of denial of any kind of humility on his part. No, I'm not going to debate Vosh. Not now, at least. Maybe in the future. So look, here's my philosophy around debates. If you don't want to hide it behind other people's ideas, and if you know what you're talking about, and you want to have a productive conversation about an issue, important or otherwise, I'll do it. But if you're in this mentality that the onus is upon us to dunk on people and destroy people, rip people apart, then you don't want to create anything. You want to destroy things. Knowledge is about the creation of new insights, partially or mostly. How can I engage in knowledge with you if you're trying to destroy things constantly through your conduct, through your words, through your language, through your this vessel, this sort of vessel that is your being? I can't. It's hard for me to do that. So that's my philosophy on debates. Now, my friend Michael Marino, he will debate anyone and everyone. He wants to debate anyone and everyone. And hey, that's Mike. Mike's a good friend of mine. And guys, you guys should subscribe to him if you haven't already. He's Michael Marino on YouTube. Mike is a wonderful friend of mine. But I don't agree with the philosophy that you should debate any and everyone. I don't agree with the philosophy. I'm not for that. Matt Mitri, how are you, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Also, yeah, yes. Good to see you, buddy. Right, Jenny? Right. If your thoughts coincide with someone else, okay, that's great for you. That's great for you. Other people have thought what you think. The philosopher's work does have more. Yes, absolutely. Yep. A lot of people will say, well, Christian, Thomas Sowell says the same thing you're saying. Oh, he does? I've read a little bit of Sowell, not too much, but that's great. Good for Thomas Sowell. Good for Thomas Sowell. I like Thomas Sowell. Good for him. I'm a fan. Good for him. But that doesn't make what I'm saying any less potent. In my opinion, at least. What I'm saying is just as valid. So, no, I like that kind of spirit you have, Jenny. I like your name too. Getting inky with it. I like the spirit you have, man. That's good. I think good spirit can help people. I do. I generally do. Um, yeah, I know who you are. I know who you. I know who you are. Me try. I know who you are. Don't try to hide it. Good for you to be here, though. Good for you to be here. So guys, what kind of content do you want to see? It reminds you of Gandalf. Oh wow, that's an unusual comparison. I never Gandalf. Yikes. I mean, it's a fine comparison. Gandalf was wonderful. Gandalf was a hero. He embodied virtue in many ways. Although I think we're not going to get into the mythos of because I'm a Tolkien fan kinda, so I know a little bit about Gandalf, and he's kind of a servant of Eru, and he's there to help guide humanity against Sauron, I believe. Oh, arts and crafts are cool. What kind of arts and crafts stuff do you do? What kind of work do you create? A wise old. Well, hey, perhaps. I mean, that could be an interesting idea. Maybe he is. Perhaps, Matt. Perhaps. See, some people make a career out of streaming, and in all honesty, guys, me sitting here and just talking with you guys is much easier than me sitting down and making a video. Just being totally honest with you guys. I think that streaming is actually easier than having to sit down and research content. That's my opinion. No, not book reviews. No, not yet. No. Well, tomorrow we're doing a response to a lad. Someone informed me of this lad. He is an LGBTQ person who has a criticism, who thinks that gay folks are still victims, and so we're gonna be doing a nice little response to that nonsense. Not no intention to be disrespectful to him or anything, but there's just so much palpable trash out there in the intellectual realm that is not challenged enough, in my opinion. Uh, FIFA la. Okay, excuse me. I just don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry, my friend. Okay. Okay, I'll just respond to your comment. It would be so interesting to see you chat with Hamasal. Look, if he wants to chat with little old me, I would do it. I would do it. Little old me? Sure. I think he's more likely to chat with Coleman Hughes first, though. No, look, I like Coleman. I'm a fan of Coleman's. I'm planning on talking to him very soon here. We're trying. We're doing our best to get into his orbit. But I'm a fan of Coleman. Look, if Thomas Sowell wanted to talk to me, I wouldn't have any objections. I would love it. A lot of people say that I'm the next Thomas Sowell, and look, I don't want to be the next anyone. I want to be the first Christian Watson, the first CW, the first pensive guy. Well, not the first, not the first pensive person, but still, you know what I'm saying. You know, Thomas Sowell was a very serious academic economist. Okay, I'm an aspiring public intellectual philosophy person. Our interests are different. Our skills are different, a little bit, a lot of bit. Our experience is different. I'm not going into academia. I'm not going to get my PhD. I don't want to. I really don't want to. So, what am I to do? You know? What am I to do? Well, I'm doing this. Yeah, so excuse me if you hear background noise. I got some notifications going off in my Christian, do you like Jordan Peterson? Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Let me explain. So Jordan Peterson is refreshing in the political discourse because of how radically different his methodology is from most political intellectuals. Most political intellectuals, even if they're intellectual, have a very stale paradigm and a very uninspiring method by which they approach political issues. I don't think there's ever been a Jungian and Freudian public intellectual dip their feet into the throes of Western politics ever. For that reason alone, I think Peterson's refreshing. Now, do I agree with Jungian or Freudian opinions? Most of them I do not. No, I think most of them are nonsense. I'm gonna do a video about Jung, the collective unconscious. I think most of it's nonsense, but I find it's interesting though. I learned a lot through them, and I think that Peterson is a good emissary for those values. So yes, I do like Peterson for that reason. I also like his emphasis on individualism. There are very few unapologetic individualists in the intellectual sphere right now as well. Even amongst the IDW, many of them are leftists. Sam Harris, many of them are leftists who have a few good opinions. You know, not saying that their work is not valuable. It is valuable. I think Sam Harris is a smart guy. I think the Weinstein brothers are very smart men. Not saying that their work's not valuable, not in their commitment to free speech is not valuable. It's very valuable and it's necessary. But we should understand that their paradigms and their worldviews are still radically different than the traditional idea of a free society as understood by the Lockean principles of rights and free inquiry and toleration, all that kind of stuff. It's just different. They believe in many of those things in their own paradigms. And I think that their ideas of what that might mean might not be the best for us to understand and ascertain. So, yeah, look, I have nothing against Peterson. I think he's awesome. But there are things I'm not really into. And the Freudian stuff, the Jungian stuff is just not my thing. Then again, are there many political pundits that talk about Emerson? Like me? I doubt it. No, actually, no, there are not. So, I see a lot of myself in Peterson's journey in this discourse. I do. So, yes, I appreciate him. I like him. I'm not a zealous adherent of Peterson, as no one should be a zealous adherent of anyone. I like some of the things he has to say. Other things, I differ. He has a lot of good life advice. He has a lot of good life advice. He has a lot of good theoretical approaches to understanding things. Like, for example, he understands Marxism through game theory, which is very interesting. No, so Peterson's actually pretty good. He's pretty good. But again, never be a devotee to anyone, not even to me. As much as I want to be Okay, I'll just say it. As much as I want to be popular in this sphere, don't be a devotee to me. Hold me to a standard that you would hold any other person, any other regular person. Hold me to the same standard. The problem with so many pundits and intellectuals is that they have devotees, and these devotees take their words, twist them, and misrepresent the person with their actions. The devotees of Ayn Rand, someone who I respect immensely, are indicative of this fact. I have been to Ayn Rand student conferences. The academics, the professors there, are almost always pretty good. The students there, however, have a zeal which overrides the capability to view the world throughout the lens of objectivism. If you're going to have any ideology, you have to be willing to entertain other systems of thought without being solely derisive. I'm a libertarian, conservatarian kind of person. I believe in an objective reality. But I also understand, as the relativists claim, that all of us interact with the idea of truth in different ways. I get that. Now, I don't think that we can take that truth and say, okay, since I interact with the idea of truth differently than you do, I have my own truth. That's nonsense. No one has their own truth. No one is entitled to their own truth. The truth is not it is not a commodity to be bought, sold, or possessed at someone's leisure. The truth is a resolute idea. It is a resolute thing, a resolute concept. Now, having said that though, I can understand what moral relativists think because I have taken time to study and talk with them. A lot of student objectivists will not do that. A lot of them outright want to get rid of the entire history, or a good majority of the history, of Western philosophy because it does not fit their narrow viewpoint. That's the wrong approach to take. That's the wrong approach to take, my friends. So, you have to watch that. Don't be a zealous adherent to anyone. Not even me. Watson gets things wrong all the time. He tries not to, but he is a human being. Fundamentally, he is a human being. So I get things wrong. I can do wrong. So can the intellectuals you like as well. The Weinstein brothers, they get things wrong sometimes. They're smart people, but they get things wrong sometimes. And I don't even want to mention his name, but why do you think Nick Fuentes... Okay, I'll just say it. Why do you think Nick Fuentes has such a devoted following? They hail him as a deity. Why do you think this is? I can guess. I wouldn't have any sound evidence, I would have anecdotal evidence, but not any universalized evidence behind it, but I can guess. Fuentes is an example of what happens when people don't trust their own brains enough, when they think they need a figurehead to guide them to the promised land. Fuentes is a perfect example of what happens when that happens. That's just my opinion. And interestingly, even in the biblical context, which is where the term promised land comes from, it was the free will of the Jews who were being led out of Egypt. It was their free will that mattered. God couldn't take them further than they wanted to go, than they were willing to go, than their faith was willing to take them. This is not meant to make a religious point, but simply a conceptual one. No one can take you further than when and where you're willing to go. No pundit, no intellectual, no self-help group, no self-help book. No one can take you further than when you are willing, or where you are willing to go. No one, not a single damn person on this earth can take you further than where you are willing to go. What's that old adage? I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make it drink. Do you understand that, guys? I know you do. You guys are smart people. But most of the people who listen to political pundits these days don't get that. They don't understand that. So, we're looking for a savior. What did Bonnie Tyler say? I need a hero. And he's got to be strong. He's got to be fast. And he's got to be fit for the fight. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero until the morning light. My friends, you don't need a hero. Be your own hero. And hey, I love Bonnie Tyler. I love her to death. One of the most brilliant voices to come out of Britain. Brilliant stuff. Be your own hero. Be your own hero. That's what I say. Be your own hero. Fuentes and Tariq. Tariq Nasheed is just... He's another example of this stuff, too. Tariq Nasheed is another example of the Fuentes principle. People not wanting to trust in themselves enough, so they outsource their thoughts and their desire to someone else. Tariq Nasheed is another example of that stuff, yes. Yep. Another example of it. Yep, yes, sir. And Tariq is arguably just as influential, if not even more than Fuentes. And that's scary. You know, people like my friend Gothics, they sort of embody this I'm my own hero mentality. And I know all you guys know who Gothics is. I think most of you actually came to me through Gothics. People like her understand what it means to be one's own hero. People like her understand what that principle actually means. It's a powerful principle. You know? So, So, I just want to. I appreciate you guys though. I say all the time that you're helping my dreams come true, right? That's what I say. No, yeah, right, Edward. That's right. It is. Look, here's my thing though. Gothics is wonderful, by the way. That's wonderful. She's I love her to death. She's a very nice lady. She taught me something I had known for a while, but I was not willing to accept. Gothics kind of taught me that, Christian, you need to stay in your own lane, buddy. You need to stay in your own lane. You need to stay in your own damn lane. What does that mean? I had heard that phrase. Carlin's great too. Hey, Carlin taught me the same thing, actually. Okay, let me share something with you, actually. So I testified before the New Hampshire House of Representatives about H Bill 5, whatever. I forgot what the bill is called, but it's the bill that is banning House Bill. It's the bill that is banning critical race theory, and I testified alongside James Lindsay and Christopher Rufo and Mike Gonzalez and Dr. Borshenko and of course me. There was me there. And do you know how little I felt on a panel with such grandiose, brilliant minds? who have higher status and higher information than I do? Do you know how tiny Christian felt? I was happy to be there, but man, I'm 20 years old. People keep telling me I'm going to be the next this, and the next that, and the next this person. And I'm like, okay, they're going to see me as some random college kid who knows a few good words and nothing more. Well, after the interview was over, after the testimony was over, Carlin said, "How do you feel, Christian?" I'm like, "I feel good, Carlin. But what can I do to become just as good as James Lindsay and Christopher Rufo?" What she said to me has had an impact on me since she said it. She said, "Christian, you need to be comfortable with yourself and your experiences and stop trying to be other people." Carlin said that to me. Those words, I had heard that so many times, but the context in which she said those words was a context that was ripe for the potential of liberation from those kind of thoughts. So since then, I'm in my own headspace right now. I don't even watch other political commentators on YouTube anymore. I don't really watch Tim. I mean, I will watch Tim Pool sometimes. I think Tim Pool is good. But I don't watch anyone else. I don't. Guys, I'm not trying to be insulting, but there's no one talking about politics the way I do. Not saying that I'm talking about it the best way. Different people have different interests, and different people have different interests, and they use those interests in different ways. So there may be people who are looking for a more regular view of politics than what I give people, and that's fine. Some people would rather listen to Ben Shapiro than me. That's good. I get it. Shapiro has a very effective style. But I don't. I stay in my own lane, guys. I don't watch many other YouTubers. If I watch YouTube, I'm like watching like true crime YouTube or something like that. The Infographic Show. Something like that. Something like that. True crime YouTube, Infographic Show. What is it? Not Page 6, but there's this news service on YouTube that I like to watch as well. Kenneth Copeland was interviewed by them. I forgot what it was called, but I like to watch them as well. That's what I watch. You know, Inside Edition. That's what I watch. That's what I watch. I don't watch Lauren Chen. I watch Glenn Beck sometimes. I don't watch Lauren Chen. I don't watch Bausch. I watch Carlin, Gothics, Glenn Beck, and true crime YouTubers. That's it. That's it. Because I'm not in the business of being in a rat race. I'm not in the business of being able to be weighed up against someone else. Right? I'm in the business of creating value for you people who decide that I am important enough to listen to every day, every few days. That's what I'm in. The people who are in this chat right now, I'm in the business of creating value for you. That's what Christian Watts is in the business of doing. So I don't mess with these political YouTubers. Someone had to explain to me the other day who, I didn't even know who Actual Justice Warrior was for a while, actually. I didn't know who that was. I'm like, who is Actual Justice Warrior? What? Is he going to war for justice? I didn't even know who that was. People have to explain this stuff to me. You know? Vaughn, I appreciate the advice. I appreciate the advice immensely. I appreciate the advice. Vaughn, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go into academia. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. Look, I have thought about this very hard. I have thought about this very, very hard. And I just don't have the motivation for it, number one. I don't want to be stuck being some research director's whipping boy on a topic that I may not like at all. I don't want to go into a field that is oversaturated, number one. PhDs are some of the most oversaturated educational programs out there. And most PhDs actually there. Do you know how many PhDs are living on welfare? Do you know how many PhDs are living on welfare? Like, serious, I didn't know until recently. A lot. Nor do I want to work for some foundation where I'm researching a particular topic and I can speak on that topic to like 5 people who will ever see it. No, sir. Some of the greatest public intellectuals of our day, like Christopher Hitchens. Now, I don't agree with Hitchens a lot, but Christopher Hitchens never went to graduate school. He wrote. He was a freelance writer for a while. He wrote. It wasn't a degree that carried Hitchens into the conversation. It was his intelligence and his ability and his persistence. I'm not going to grad school. If people take me less seriously as an intellectual because I don't have a assignment of letters next to my name, then I'm not sure those are the type of people that I want to take me seriously in the first place. If they're so shallow that that's what they consider when they hear me talk or see me, then to hell with them. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sure, but I don't want to be an anti-woke scholar, though. You know, I like the liberty that comes with being a political commentator. I can talk about all kinds of issues that are within my general field of understanding, and I don't have to be bound to a particular thing. You know, I don't want to just be anti-woke. And I'm not. But no, Vaughn, I understand. Your advice comes from a very good place, a very pure place, a very kind place. I understand. I love you. I appreciate you, man. Or girl, I'm not sure what. But I appreciate you regardless. I appreciate you so much. But academia is not right for me. Academia is not right for me. And I think I can be just as I think I can be just okay without going to academia. That's my opinion, at least. I've had a lot of people say, Christian, go to grad school. Christian, go to grad school. I'm like, I don't want to. He's like, if you want to be a public intellectual Christian, you got to go to grad school. I'm like, what about Hitchens? He's like, well, Hitchens is like rare case. Okay, what about Dinesh D'Souza, who does all kind of stuff and never went to grad school? Well, okay, rare case. So why should I believe that I'm the average everyday case then? Because evidently that's not true. Or why should I weigh myself to that standard? Why should I assume that I'm going to be just like everyone else? Why should I assume that? I never get a good reason for that. Anyway, so I appreciate it though, Vaughn. I do. I appreciate it. I do. But it's not for me. I'm sorry. I agree, Jenny. I agree. Phil, Thief, I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know what a super chat coffee is. I know what super chat is. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on. Try clicking it again. I'm not sure what's going on though. That's very weird. You should be able to send. I think Thomas sent something earlier. You should be able to send it. I'm sorry about that though. I'm not sure what's going on. It's fine, Jenny. You're good. I understand what you meant. I know what you meant. Right, Jenny, you're right. That's my mentality. And Gail, you're right. Right. Look, you guys, right here, you guys are going to be enough validation that I need for this career. You guys are going to take me to the top. You guys. Not a university, not a research director, not a college degree. You guys. Fiona. Okay, sorry. Fiona, thank you. Sorry, Fiona. Sorry. My apologies. But yeah, you guys are going to take me to the top. You guys are. So I don't need a university. Look, I'm almost done with my university right now. I cannot wait. I'm tired of this place. I'm tired. Let me not say that. Okay. I like the place. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to walk away. What did Elton John say? Elton John said it's easier to walk away. It's easier to walk away when love holds you up for ransom. Walk away and don't look back. That's what Elton John said, man. It's easier to walk away. That's my opinion. That's how I handle these things. All right, Fiona, let me see what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man. But I appreciate your wanting to do that. That's very nice of you. What the heck is going on with my super chats? What's going on? I don't know what's going on, Fiona. What is it saying when you try to send it? Hi, Brimstone. How you doing, buddy? Brimstone, the entry. How you doing, buddy? How's life going, my friend? Easier to walk away. When love. Let me see what's going on, Fiona. We're just talking about my future, Brimstone. A lot of people have suggested I go to grad school, and I'm explaining as to why I don't think that's a very attractive option, for me at least. Now, for other people, look, if you want to go be a doctor or a lawyer, then, oh, Michael, God bless you, man, Michael, God bless you, brother. Oh, Galen, God bless you too. Oh my gosh, God bless both of you. Oh my. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, Fiona. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on, my friend. Those two were able to send something. Maybe you just can't send the sticker. Maybe it's the sticker's the problem. I don't know. No, I agree, Jenny. I agree. Look, we need. Look, not that I want to discourage the next generation of political commentators, right? Although, well, Vaughn, I'm not gonna write 2 books quickly though. I am planning to write a book. The first one's gonna be about my journey as a libertarian in a world that is against individualism. That's the first one. The first one. I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be drawing upon my philosophical inspirations, Locke, Emerson. I'm going to be addressing some of the critiques against individualism from the right. To talk about wokeness. Yes, that's my first book. It'll be done before I'm 22. I'll be 21 in May. So that's my goal. But again, I'm not. You can't rush. You can't rush these things. Oh, maybe I'm not able to accept. Hold on, Fiona. Maybe the currency thing is messed up. For a coffee. Maybe the currency thing is messed up. Excuse me. Yeah, maybe I think it might be on my end, Fiona, because maybe the super chat mechanism only accepts dollars. I don't know, but it should accept everything now. I don't know, but we'll fix that eventually. But thank you again. Thank you for the thought. The thought is really what counts. I Appreciate it. It's a blessing. No, guys, look, when you give me your hard-earned money like that, it makes me feel good, not because I'm getting money, but because of what the principle behind what you giving me money conveys. You're conveying that this is valuable to you. And if I can create value for you guys, man, that's beautiful. So thank you again, guys. I am humbled. I am immensely humbled. Just thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Truly, I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. Yeah. So, yeah, we were just talking about that. Brimstone. Oh, you're in university too. Well, yeah, I think a lot of my audience is on the younger side. My analytics tell me that I draw from 18 to 25, which is surprising to me. That's damn surprising to me. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. Yes, Thomas, we will have merchandise out very soon. Yes, 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 sir. Yes, sir. We will have it out very soon. Aww, Jenny, thank you so. Oh my gosh, dear guys. Aww, aww, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Okay, I don't know what to say now. This is the first stream I've done since I've been monetized, and you guys are just showering me with this stuff. Guys, I'm. I don't know what to say, man. Christ, thank you again. Thank you, Mail Order Bright. How are you, sir? How are you? Australia. Wow, it's like 8 a.m. over there, right? It's like 8 a.m. over there, right? Australia. Wow. Yes, Dean, I do. So here's the deal. Benjamin Boyce is coming at the end of the month. I want to do more collaborations. Um. Oh, Fiona. That's too sweet. Fiona, that's too damn. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh Lord, you guys are blessing me, man. You guys are blessing me. You guys are blessing me, man. Let me not get emotional, okay? Thank you so much. I'm sorry. This stuff gets me emotional. I'm a softie at heart, guys. You gotta know that about me. Thank you. This is very, very sweet stuff. Thank you. Oh Jesus, no. Is this? No. Are you guys trying to make me cry? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Man. Is this serious? Oh my gosh. Thank you. Okay, keep it together. Sorry. Wow. Okay. Damn. God have mercy. Okay. Sorry. This never happened to me before. I'm. This has never happened to me before. Man. Man. Thank you. Oh my gosh. What? Guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, Jesus. Okay, keep it together. Keep it together. I'm sorry. Okay. This has just never happened to me before. Thank you so much. Um man. Thank you. Look, just you guys being here, the money aside, just you guys being here That's more than enough payment for me. Just you guys being here. You know. And God bless all you guys. God bless all you guys, man. Okay, sorry. I'm stuttering now. Okay. All right. Let me get back to the commentary mode. That just. I've got to clip that for a future video. I just that caught me off guard. I have to. With your permission, I have to clip that with a future video, guys. Like I got to. All right. Mail order bride. Okay. Okay, Australia. That's very nice. So, I hear you guys are on lockdown again for the COVID stuff. Even though you don't really have a lot of cases down there. I watched Daisy Cousins. Now, I'm sure you know who Daisy Cousins is. Mail order bride. I like her. I like Daisy Cousins a lot. Dean. So yeah. So the deal is this. I'm gonna try to get more collaborations going on. That's the goal. But I need suggestions. Because as I mentioned earlier, guys, I don't really talk to a lot of people. I don't really watch a lot of people. I don't really watch a lot of people. You know, I have reached out to Actual Justice Warrior. I have reached out to Matt Christensen. I have reached out to Daisy Cousins. Daisy Cousins said not right now, which is fine. I like her content anyway. She's a good person in my opinion. I need more people. So if you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to give them to me. So far, I've collaborated with Allison Morrow, Gothix, and Karlin Borchenko. All wonderful collaborations. I've built a friendship out of all three of those, I think. More so with Gothix and Karlin, but Allison's wonderful as well. So if you guys have any suggestions about who I should collaborate with, please let me know. Because again, I don't watch a lot of political YouTubers. And oh yeah, I sent Eric July a message as well, but he never got back to me, which is fine. The guy's busy, but so, you know, yeah. You guys have any suggestions? Anyone I should collaborate with? It's fine. Brimstone, the payment is you being here, buddy. That's the payment, buddy. Thank you. Okay, you're not in lockdown. Okay. Excuse me, I got my facts wrong on that one. Okay, it's no problem. Yeah, Daisy's funny. Look, Daisy Cousins has class. She. That's what I like about her. Her class appeal. I like that about her. She has class. She has class. Okay, Native Liberty, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. That's going to happen, I promise you. A book with James Lindsay. Look, if James wanted to, we could do it. I would do it. If James wanted to, we could do it. Easily. I wouldn't mind. Well, not easily, because James knows much more than I do, which is fine. He's like 41, I'm 20. So I would let him take over the lead, but if James wanted to, I would do it. I wouldn't mind. I love James. Hey, look, if Candace wants to, I won't object. You know, Candace and I, we have very different styles. Very different styles. Very different ways of delivering the news to people. But I won't object. No, I won't object. I think that Candace... There's something about being so outspoken and confident that gets you very far in this world. In the world of political commentary and so on. And I do think that Candace does inspire a lot of, African Americans who think that speaking out about these things is their death sentence, their death warrant. I think she inspires people. Now, I won't lie to you. I do think a lot of Candace's methods are poor. I think that she is more interested in dunking on people than trying to. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I disconnected. I would sooner like a collaboration with Coleman Hughes than I would with like Candace Owens. You know, that's my. Okay, am I here? Am I here? I think I'm here. Okay. Okay. So, yes, Coleman is Coleman's a leftist. Well, okay, he has left-leaning views. But I still love the guy though. I think that he's awesome. He voted for Biden, which is something that I don't agree with. But we're very similar. We both have degrees in philosophy. We both have an interest in being inquisitive to ascertain knowledge. You know, I'll like a collaboration with him. Okay, but yeah, Native Liberty and who else did all that? And Brittany King. Brittany King. Okay, Native Liberty and Brittany King. Who's Brittany King? No idea who Brittany King is, but we're gonna find out. Brittany King. Okay. Sure, why not? Okay. Alright. Sure. Why not? She seems like an honest girl. Why not? I think Lil Nas X is okay. Well, let me tell you why a lot of gay guys like Lil Nas X. Number one, how he looks. Number one, and I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Many of you who are in my audience are not gay. Generally, in the Western world, I cannot speak for other parts of the world, but in the Western world, generally, a lot of gay men, in my experience, in my personal experience. Now, there are plenty of exceptions to this rule. A lot of young gay men in the Western world are woefully shallow. This is my experience. I'm not saying that they have to be this way or that they are necessarily this way. I'm saying in my experience, from who I've interacted with, who I've talked to, a lot of young gay guys are woefully shallow. I think this is a cultural problem amongst the gay community as well. There's a reason why a lot of young and gay men have severe body image problems. It is a statistical problem amongst gay men. They are more likely to do things to themselves because of their body image problems. There are these unrealistic standards of what you're supposed to look for, and look at when you're a gay guy. I'm just being real with you guys. I'm not gonna get too deep into this, but I'm just being real with you. So when someone like Lil Nas X, who doesn't look bad, I'll be honest with you, that doesn't look bad at all, comes into the scene, that's the first thing they see. Now, he is talented. He's talented. But that's not why they like him. And I'm saying kinda because I think anyone can go buy a beat from someone and then, anyway. He's talented. And, a lot of gay celebrities, at least ones like Lil Nas X, are seen as avatars for the ascension of gay people as a whole. Because a lot of gay men have a leftist conception of the self in relation to the community or relation to a collective mentality. And a lot of them see the destinies of many queer people who hold the right opinions to be the destinies of all queer people. I feel dirty even saying that. How about just individuals? Forget saying a gay individual. How about just individuals? How about that? I feel dirty even saying that. But there's a reason why I'm not considered to be the right kind of gay by some people, because I just don't endorse the theories that a lot of gay men or a lot of gay people endorse. I just don't endorse leftism. I don't want to. Now, here's the interesting thing, though. This sort of fascination with the vain self, this sort of vanity, is not restricted to gay leftists. There are a crap ton of gay conservatives, especially on Twitter, who are just like this or even worse. I've interacted with them. Again, guys, I'm not trying to get too deep into this. I'm not trying to complain or anything, but the visual, our eyes are very powerful tools. And a lot of people let their eyes dictate how they interact with the world. It's just something that happens. I mean, I'm not sure what to say. You know? It's a shame, but it happens. So, I'm not a fan of Lil Nas X's music. I think that it's not really inspiring. That's just my personal opinion. I think that Montegro, whatever he called it, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, the music video for that was kind of grotesque. And the PR campaign that he launched immediately thereafter, which was simply him selling blood-tainted Satan shoes, it was also grotesque and needless, in my opinion. Trying to poke a high that doesn't need to be poked. But there's some interesting symbolism in the music video. There's some very interesting symbolism, and there are ways he could try to show the dichotomy between the self and the community and being accepted among certain people and being ostracized. He can show that in so many different ways than giving a nod to the worst parts of the Garden of Eden and giving a nod to some of the worst elements of the Christian religion. There are plenty of ways that Lil Nas X could have made his point that would have been perhaps more effective and more appealing. Excuse me again. Look, my internet, there's a storm. There is a bad storm here. There's a bad storm here. My internet's messed up. So, excuse me. We'll be okay, though. We're going to go for a few more minutes. I was supposed to end this around 5:30, but I'm going to go for a few more minutes. Don't worry. Okay, maybe that's the case. But Dean, here's what I find, my friend. Here's what I find. I have seen a lot of straight women date men who society does not deem attractive. Right? I've seen a lot of that happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen with gay men. I'm saying culturally, the emphasis on appearance is so high that it almost is less likely to happen. You know? Now, again, maybe this is my own bias, but this is what I've been observing. You know, this is what I've been observing. Not in a scientific fashion, obviously, but this is just what I've been observing. You know? That's just what I've been observing. So, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense, Vaughn. Maybe. What's his name? That guy that he was a legendary comedian, but he had a Louis C.K. Louis C.K. Yeah, I'm not sure anyone from any demographic is trying to like clobbering to get to Louis C.K. I mean, it was effective in making people upset, Mitri, but was it effective in being productive to an end that would be more sustainable than mere rage. So I guess in a sense it was productive, right? If the goal is to make people upset with you, sure. Montero, Call Me by Your Name is quite effective. But if the goal is to have a little something more sustaining than a mere emotion, then no, it was not effective. So by what I think should be a good standard of effectiveness, it was not effective. No. Yeah. So, but no, I think what's his name? Mail Order Bride is correct. There's such an emphasis on it, and I just Lord have mercy. I don't deal with these people anymore, man. I keep my head in my studies, and that's what I do, man. I keep my head in my studies, buddy. I can't. Only so much of that crap I can handle, because then there's the drama with the James Charles talking to underage boys, and Perez Hilton with the celebrity gossip stuff, the just inane vanity of modern life. And David Bowie was right, modern love. He kind of talked about modern love. I catch the paper boys, but things don't really change. I'm standing in the wind, but I never said bye-bye. I'm never gonna fall for modern love. That kind of stuff. It's so deafening. I don't pay attention to it, man. I don't pay attention to it. I keep my face in my books and I study. I keep my face in my books and I study. That's what I do. That's what I do. It keeps me sane, for goodness sake. Little Nas's shoes were explicitly saying nothing. They did was as evil. Hey, and guess what? That would have been a compelling statement to make, Vaughn. That would have been, and I would be right there with him. I'd be right there with him. But no, he had to go ahead and try to invoke the theological symbols. I can't even finish a complete sentence talking about that guy, But yes, okay. Do I have a Discord? I think, who asked that? That was what is it? Brimstone, the Entry Frager. Yes, I do have a Discord, buddy. I do have a Discord. Matri. Yes, I researched the company. They are a company known for making outrageous products. Yes. Yes, sir. I have a Discord. Let me link it to you in a second. Can we talk for a minute? Excuse me, I'm just getting my Discord information. Can we talk for a minute? Okay, let me see what we got here. All right, 1 second. I'm going to link the Discord in the chat. Come on and talk to me, baby. Don't. If any of you have Discord, follow that link. It's good forever. You can click that link. You can join right now. If any of you have Discord, click that link. It's going to be right there. The Discord is growing slowly but surely, but it's growing nonetheless. So Yeah, I typically put my Discord in the comments, Steam, but I'm gonna start doing it in my video descriptions too. Yeah. But almost always I put my Patreon and my Discord in the comments, typically. Oh, and I forgot to thank you. I forgot to thank you. Fiona, thank you for the donation on PayPal. God bless you. Thank you. I'm sorry, I forgot to thank you. I forgot to thank you. Look, I think that intent pales in comparison to what they actually did. Sorry to say, Mitri, if you put your own blood in the sole of a shoe that you're trying to market as demonic, then you're I don't care what you're trying to do. You've done something. Reality doesn't care what you intended to do. It has a particular mechanism by which something happens, like an input-output table. I don't. Why should I care why you're using an input-output table when an input-output table has a very particular process? You know, I don't care very much. My head looks like a bean. Okay. That's a very peculiar statement to make. My head looks like a bean. Okay. Again, that's a very odd statement to make. But thank you for the astute observation. Fiona, thank you so much for the donation on PayPal, by the way. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. But yeah, someone in the chat says my head looks like a bean. For some, I okay. Regardless, anyway, I've been called. So you see, the bald thingy has kind of got me called a lot of things, like a milk dud, the bean, all kind of stuff. I find it interesting what people come up with these days in terms of insults. A bean, interesting. Anyway, look, guys, you have been a blessing. You have been a blessing today. All of you have made my Wednesday, seriously. I've got things to go do, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, we all got things to go do. But, look, I want you guys to look very closely at the channel for the next few days. Exciting things are happening. I want you guys to... Actually, I want you guys to do a few things, actually. Number one, join my Discord. If you have not joined my Discord already, I want you guys to do that. Join my Discord, please. I want you guys to do that. Let me get you... No problem, Thomas. I'm happy to do this. Your hairline belies your age, but not your wisdom. Oh, Lord. That's a high maintenance hair. Look, it's not by choice, Gala. It's not by choice. It's I have male pattern baldness. I've accepted it. I'm fine with it personally. I think it's fine. I don't mind. When I first had it when I was 16, when I first realized that I had it, I was mortified. I was absolutely mortified. But I'm me. There's not much I can do about it. So I didn't let it bring me down. So yeah. Um. Okay, so join my Discord if you haven't already. Let me link it again if I have to. Then I want you guys to do a few things afterwards. If you guys have not followed me on Twitter, do that, please. That's very important. I think so too, Gayla. I happen to agree with you. Follow me on... Oh, well, I appreciate it, Jenny. I appreciate it, Jenny. Okay. Twitter. Get me on Twitter. Oh, Fiona, you're a blessing. And again, guys, thank you for all of the money, the love, the support. Jesus. So this is my Twitter. Be sure to like if you're still on Twitter. I know a lot of you may question the wisdom of that. I get it. I know. My Facebook page, which I think is better than Twitter, because I can be more pensive there. I don't have the word count to worry about. And my Discord, which again I think I put it in the chat a little bit ago, but invite people, and we'll just copy and we'll just put it in the chat again. That's okay. That's okay, Dean. Okay, Panda, I get it. I look like a bean. Again, what kind of bean, Panda? A pinto bean, a baked bean, there are all kind of beans, Panda. There are all kind of beans. What do you mean a bean? I don't understand. Lord have mercy, these people. You trolls. This is our first troll of the night. You trolls are hilarious. So what I'm going to do, we're going to put you in timeout. Baked beans? Okay. You're going in timeout. Yes. You're going in timeout. All right. That's the first time I've done that to someone, actually. Aw, Mitri. Aw, that's very nice of you. Thank you. That's very nice of you. But yes, guys, so those are all 3 of my socials. Again, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this experience with me. Thank you for helping me financially, too. That's a big help. My God, being a college student and everything. Thank you. Just thank you. You mean a lot to me. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. Thank you. And hopefully, look, if you guys want to message me on Discord at any time, I'm always there. I'm always available there. The Discord link will be in the description below of this video as well, and it'll be in the comments as well. But just really, thank you guys so much. You're a blessing. I'm thankful. I'm a very fortunate person. All right, guys. I love you so much, guys. What do I always say? Before I end anything, what do I always say? What do I always say? You at least 3 people have to say it before I go. What do I always say? You guys should know this by now. What do I always say? What do I always say? What do I always say? Gayla got it. Got 2 more people right before I go. Vaughn got it. Jenny got it. All right, guys.